Hi and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham and today I'm with Clive Jones from Cazaly Resources. Now, Clive, I'm just looking at your announcement from this week. Cazaly, you're out on your Halls Creek project up there in the Kimberley region of WA. You've got some drilling work and some geophysical work going on up there. Do you want to just give us a bit of a rundown on what's happening?
Yeah, sure, Ollie. As you mentioned, we've finally managed to secure a drill rig and exploration EM crews to get on the ground. We secured 100% of the project late last year from our former joint venture partners, and we've sort of hit the ground running. We've reevaluated all the data and information from the project, which has highlighted some very key and obvious drill targets straight away. There's some, we've got a small VMS copper zinc resource there at the moment, deposit, which our work has shown is still potentially open to the north and south and at depth. There is a deep downhole conductor, which looks like it might be some more massive sulfides there. We've had some quite rich intersections in the past, going 30, 40, 50 metres up to 4 or 5% copper. So a fairly robust start for the project. So we'll be drilling this off-hole conductor, which these VMS systems sort of hunt in packs. They rarely form as like single deposits in these geological environments. So we're pretty hopeful and encouraged by that, and hopefully that we'll find some more. There's also an old IP anomaly immediately along strike within where we've mapped what we call the mine sequence. Hopefully it'll be a mine one day, but we've got a banded iron unit formation there which caps the deposit. It's fairly typical of VMS systems. So we've mapped that out, so we know where the sequence is that we want to explore. There is an IP anomaly within that sequence, so we'll be drilling that as well, and some other targets around the known mineralisation. So it's a nice rich pot of copper zinc ore we have. We believe that there's strong potential for more to be found in the system. As mentioned, it has been very hard to get drill rigs, as you know, in the industry at the moment, particularly in the Kimberleys, where it's not as active as it is in the goldfields, obviously. But we have secured this rig. They're on site as we speak. They should be arriving today. And drilling this week. So we're pretty excited by that. We'll be commencing RC drill holes to start with, including some pre-collars, and then we'll finalise some of that drilling with some deeper diamond drilling. So that's going on. We've also secured an EM crew who in the region, and they should be on the ground in around 2 weeks' time, and they'll be doing some surveying that mine sequence, the mineralised sequence, to the north, where we've mapped out that banded iron unit. So again, that'll give us further information and further drill targets. So it's quite exciting. Got crew up there as we speak.
So just explain that to me, because remember, you're talking to me, not somebody who knows a great deal about these things. So you've got the drilling going on, and then you've got the EM crew as well. So the EM crew are looking for future drilling targets. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. This sequence goes for a fair way to the north. We obviously plan to come back and do further drilling for sure. We'd like to think that we'll get some success in this round, and even if we don't, which should be surprising, but if we expect that the EM will hopefully bring up some further targets for us to drill. So we are planning to do another phase of drilling, after this current program.
All right. So once this is all finished and the results start dribbling in, they might be hitting the desk just in time to welcome your new managing director, Tara French, who's about to start.
Yeah, no, that's right. Be quite a great introduction to the company for Tara if we do hit something in this current round. But Tara French will be joining us as managing director or CEO to start with, and then segueing into managing director of the company. Tara will start probably about the second week of July, Tara's been at the exploration manager at Resources Resources for the last 14 years, I think it is. So the great thing about that is that Tara has seen the development of Regis from a junior through to the significant size company that it is today. And Tara's led the team, which has found multi-million ounces in the Duketon belt there for Regis. And she's in charge of a very large team of professionals. So Tara has got fantastic experience as a successful mineral explorer and running a large team as well. And Tara is very excited to sort of step into this new role for her, where she can sort of hopefully do something similar with Cazaly and see us through into a successful mining company going forward.
Oh, that all sounds very interesting. Now, Halls Creek's not your only thing going on at the moment. We'll briefly just sort of touch you do have quite a substantial portfolio of stuff happening. Without going into too much detail, can you just give us a brief outline of what else Cazaly's got in the rack?
Yeah. Well, one good thing we have in the rack, Wally, is a fairly strong cash balance. Now we have over $10 million in cash and investments at the moment, so that puts us in a strong position. We have generated a new project in the Ashburton region, very large land holding there, several full-size exploration licenses. And that's a conceptual sort of play where we've recognised some mantle tapping structures, which is what you want to find major mineralised systems, which has not been explored essentially. Interesting thing about that area is that it was a major minefield back in the early 20th century. It's something like 8,000 people scouring the ground, finding gold. So that's an early stage, very large project, but one we're pretty interested in doing more work on. We also have the Keiko copper cobalt project in Namibia. Again, it's a very large project. It's next door to Celsius's Opera cobalt deposit as well. So that's another major, again, early stage play, but it's quite interesting.
It certainly sounds like we're going to have a fair bit to talk to over the journey. There's quite a bit to catch up with Cazaly. So we look forward to being able to do all that here at the Resources Roadhouse. But until next time, Clive Jones, thanks very much for joining us here at the Resources Roadhouse.
You're welcome, Wally. Always a pleasure to talk, and let's see if we can talk some real numbers.
Beautiful.
New numbers. Thanks, mate.
Thanks.